All right, hey guys, we are back, and I wanted to introduce. You've seen his face before, you've heard his name before. Joel Willis with Channel 3. We chatted with him in our show. Probably end of last year, Joel, and
Yeah,
had a great talk
it's
about what
been
you've been up to and what you do and what you've done and all that good stuff in the world of gaming. And we thought you'd be a great reintroduction into not only to what you're doing, but into our New and Improved podcast, because we really want to talk about everything from the trends in esports, of course, the competitions, of course, the Cincinnati Fear, and a lot of our partners. And we consider you one of our great partners and friends. And so we figured we'd bring you on. And today we're going to talk a little bit about what Joel's been up to and how everything's going on his end. It's spring. Everybody's just kind of coming out of their hibernation, if that means anything to anyone, in the world of gaming. And we're also going to talk about some health and wellness. Get your vitamin D, get your sunshine on your face, go play your games, and kick some behind. So with that, I'm going to introduce Joel. Joel, how you doing?
Hey, I'm good. Thanks for having me. I'm honored to be here. If you're listening, you can't see this, but if you're watching, you can see. I'm rocking the Cincinnati Fear shirt. I've worn it every day since we last discussed the Cincinnati Fear.
I mean, a stinky shirt, Joel.
I wash it nightly and then put it back on in the morning.
I think you might be the Fear's most loyal fan. That's a sharp looking shirt. If you guys don't have some of those, we had some people grab some of those at SOS 8 in Sharonville this past weekend, and people were loving them. I love it. I think it's a sleek shirt. Sleek. Is that the long sleeve one?
No, it's not. I have a shirt on underneath it.
Nice.
Yeah, it's just to keep it crisp. No,
love it.
Definitely. I mean, you guys' logo is the coolest. The Grim Reaper and then the name Fear is it's awesome. It's really
Thank
cool.
you. We got a good team who thought about all that. Let's talk about you a little bit and what's going on your end of things. Channel 3 updates, any partnerships, all that good stuff. You shared in an email. You had a lot of stuff going on.
There is a lot happening. Channel 3 Gaming, recap for those who don't know, is a social network for gamers. So think Twitter, Facebook, all these things, but specifically for gaming content mixed with, game ratings and reviews. If you use Goodreads for books or Letterboxd for movies, it's like that, but for video games.
Love
so you
it.
combine those two things and you have social content about gaming, all about the games that you love the most because you rated them. And then experiential stuff like challenges and quests and events for gamers all around gaming. So if I go in there and I rate Rocket League a 5 out of 5 because it's my favorite game of all time, it really is. I love Rocket League. then I'm going to see Rocket League content and I'm going to be asked to participate in Rocket League events and challenges and quests and all that stuff. So that's Channel 3. It's going great. There's always new stuff happening. It's wild. It's a wild journey.
Well, we love it. We love always to hear from you and see what you guys have been up to and all that fun stuff. Anything you want to share before we dive in? We're going to talk about some health and wellness and some tips and tricks, maybe on your end, the things I've seen and heard, and we'll go from there.
Yeah, for sure. Just real quick on Channel 3, we're coming up on a year of existence. The first year in any startup is going to be full of lots of excitement and growth opportunities. As we approach 1 year, the main thing that we are focused on within Channel 3 is building out community. So building a very positive and inclusive culture across the platform, but specifically in spinning up gaming clubs and communities within the platform. So if you have a gaming esports club within your school or whatever the case may be, you can use Channel 3 as your gathering spot for sharing content and events and quests and all that stuff. So a lot of the partnerships and things that we have going on within Channel 3 are related to that aspect, those gaming clubs within the platform.
Very cool. I love that. And Cincinnati Fear, if I'm not wrong, we are coming up on, I joined us back last May. And I think maybe a few months before that, we had just kicked off the Fear and really got rolling. So we're kind of like right along there with you, that year and few months mark. So we're gonna have to do something a little special for the Fear. I'll keep you posted with all that good stuff.
That's great. We're growing together. That's cool.
Yeah. As far as it goes in the world of esports, and gosh, I feel like we're just beating a dead horse with this, but we said it so many times when it comes to gaming, and it's not just for many people, it might be playing video games in your mom and dad's basement or wherever, right? It's so much more than that. So much preparation goes into it, more than I ever knew before I ever got introduced to the world of esports. If you would have asked me a year ago, and I will admit it, I knew nothing. And I've learned so much in the past year. There's so much preparation, planning. Stephen Doorstop Schmidt was just talking this past weekend about, man, I wish I was more prepared for that guy. And what do you have to do and all of that? It's a mental thing. It's physical. How do players, the point I'm getting to, how do you work to be your best? Mentally, physically, all of that. When you hear that question, what are the first things that come to mind for you?
Well, I'm curious about this. We can maybe set the context a little more fully here. Would you be speaking to competitive esports players in this case, or just any gamer? Because I think the answer is a little bit different depending on it. Because I think that there's certain preparation you do to be the best in your game and to try to be ultra competitive. I also think that there's preparation and wellness around general gaming so that you get the most out of it in terms of entertainment, but also like relaxation. So you're not just like raging all the time, which as parents, we can sometimes see in our kids too. So I think both answers are a little bit different. What do you think?
I think let's cover both. I'm glad that you brought that up, because when it comes to, when my brothers and I were playing video games and, in the summer or after school or whatever, or whoever, and not professional by any means, what's that wellness look like there? I mean, you don't want to be sitting there the whole time. You want to get up, you want to have breaks, you want to have fun. It's for pleasure.
Sure. Well, yeah, let's start there. So my son is 11. And I talk to him all the time about the things that I feel video games can do for you, little life lessons and things.
Love that.
He'll get super frustrated. Let's say we're playing Fortnite or Rocket League. He'll get really frustrated, and maybe he has a chance to win, but because he gets so frustrated, he loses his composure, and then he has no chance of winning.
Yep.
And I tell him, like, mental toughness. That's what I say all the time. This is mental toughness. You got to play like you're doing great all the time. Focus on the fundamentals. Don't lose your composure. Keep trying. Don't give up. Like, all of these things. These are important life lessons, not just in video games, obviously, but like in whatever you're going to take on in life. So to me, if you're just a casual gamer, the wellness, as it relates to gaming, is all about mental health and being able to keep your composure and that mental toughness that goes into it.
I like that. When it comes to professional gamers, it's a lot more amped up, I would say, because there's so much potential in this world of money to make and leagues to play in, teams to play for, all of that. That's a lot of pressure.
Yeah. So when it comes to the professional gamers, the ultra competitive, it's all about winning. So it's not just about keeping your composure and having a good time. It's about having that game plan going in and then executing on it and coming away successful. You still need to keep that mental tenacity going throughout the match, right? So all the mental elements are there, but then there's physical wellness as well, because I believe the two are inextricably linked.
Absolutely.
You may not be, running a mile while you're playing the video game, but having that mental health, or the physical health rather, to be able to do that will improve your mental health while you're playing the video game. Improves your reaction time, improves your stamina, all of those things.
And also, when you were saying that, like, you may not be physically running a mile, but my mind, and I know many others, your mind is running a mile a minute, right? And
that's right.
You got to keep up, and you have to have that mental strength there too. What are things that you do and that you would suggest for, professional gamers to work on, at least on the mental aspect? We'll get to physical in a second here.
Well, I got to preface it all by saying that I'm not extremely good at mini games. People who know me already know that.
I figured that was coming.
Well, let me tell you this. I'm not like an ultra physically fit person.
Yeah.
But I still run 2 miles a day, every day.
Good for you.
It's not, and back to my earlier point, it's not for the physical fitness at all. It's for mental health. Like, it really helps my mental state by putting in those 2 miles a day. It helps me think clearer, helps me have better, reaction time, like all of that stuff. So if I was to give advice to somebody who is really good at a game, it's to stay physically fit, put in the cardio, vascular exercise, all that stuff, eat right, all of those things, because even if you don't even like notice it right away, it affects your mental health in a big way.
100%. Yeah, I will say over and over and over again, the times that I didn't want to go to the gym, that I was too tired, or I was just feeling down, like really down, and not wanting to just do anything but lay on the couch. The times when I had like an appointment with like a trainer or an appointment with a friend in the gym, and I was like, I already paid for this, I already promised this, whatever that might be, I will tell you, I felt a million times better, but unbelievably better. And it is amazing what that boost of adrenaline and endorphins and everything can do for you.
Yeah.
And like I was saying, like this time of year, the sun's finally out. We're going to get hopefully that warm weather soon. Just to even be outside and just have some sun on your face, take a few minutes away from your desk, it changes a lot, and it helps a lot. For me, at least, I know it does.
Yeah. And if you're not conscious of it, you won't even notice. Notice.
Yep.
I would put this challenge to anyone who plays video games. Go out, maybe, purposely eat like crap. Go eat fast food, like go crazy, and then play your game of choice and log your results, right? Then some other day, eat healthy, run a mile, and then do the same exact thing and log your results. I guarantee it'll be better. I guarantee it.
I believe it.
In gaming is all, it's very mental, right? It's like decision making, reaction time, teamwork, communication, all of those things. But like I said, that the physical health, if you treat your body right and you eat healthy and you exercise, it'll help those mental aspects as well.
Absolutely. Physically, talking a little bit more on that end. We already talked about the, exercise and working out and all that good stuff and the benefits of that. But when it comes to like injuries and things like that, I immediately think of neck injuries, back, not as much as like you're not playing a full contact sport, but the way you're sitting, your hands. I didn't even think about hand injuries, but I mean, carpal tunnel, that could easily, if you're constantly, using the same fingers, same hands, you're tense, tight all the time. What are your thoughts on all of that? Have you seen and heard of a lot of injuries and like ways to, work around that, or how players deal with it?
Yeah, I mean, posture is very important for all of those things. I wish I would have thought about this conversation before we started, because my posture is terrible and I'm like sitting here kind of like hunched over.
Mine is too. It's okay. I have to remind myself to sit up straight. Well, and you feel it, right? You feel it. And then we're always looking down at our phones constantly. It's like, I think we all suffer from that, right?
I know.
Um,
So I'm like, I'm not in a position to be some sage, give some sage wisdom here because my posture is terrible. Here, let me sit up straight, and then I'll act like I know what I'm talking about.
drink your
But I'm
water.
as
There you
bad as
go.
anybody. I think everybody's bad at it. I think the key is just like giving yourself a break, like stepping away, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Doing stretches. Stretching's very good. I just saw something on
yeah,
the news the other morning, and they have a stretch lab in New York City, and people go there and get stretched out. And they were showing ways you could do it at home. And I was like, at first I was like, this is dumb. Why would I pay for this? And then I was like, oh, all of that actually looks really beneficial and easy to do at my desk. Um,
stretching. It's so
stretching.
underrated.
Yeah.
And when
Yeah.
I was
Right.
in my 20s, I had some severe back pain, and
Mhm.
I've always had desk jobs, so I'm certain it's related, like just
Yeah.
sitting at a desk all day, you know.
Oh, I'm sure.
But I was able to get over that and not have it anymore after doing some intense daily stretching, just stretching every day. So yeah, that's a good one.
Love that.
The other thing I would suggest is to just not get older. Like if you could
Yeah.
just,
Uh-huh.
if all you pro gamers just stay the same age, you'll be fine.
Yeah. There's got to be some serum, some magical spell, some potion out there, something, right? That you can do.
Gotta be.
So obviously, guys, I should have prefaced this. We are not medical professionals by any means. We are not giving any professional medical advice, but we just wanted to discuss some topics, especially that are important, from what I've heard, from what I've read, from what I've seen, that are important for gamers. And we hope to bring a little education, a little fun, um, a little mystery, maybe a little mystery to our podcast. No. But and we hope to we're working on, and as I mentioned with you, Joel, before we got on here, some partnerships as we move forward. We are looking at, local hospitals here in the tri-state region in Cincinnati, Ohio, to work with them and get some professionals on here. I know you guys love our faces here, but some, medical professionals to talk about in nutrition and physical, mental wellness, the whole thing, which leads me and reminds me too of our League of Legends guys out in California. The team, if you've been watching, there is a smoothie gang in the house. Strawberry banana is the smoothie of choice. They make a big batch and a bunch of the guys drink it. And Tim's going to be out there next week just to meet them and go and hang and all that good stuff. And I was like, you have to get us a strawberry smoothie. You have to tell me. It's probably very basic, right? But
no, that's great. Yeah.
Yeah, they have,
and I agree. This is not medical advice by any means. I look forward to you bringing on the medical professionals. I want to hear what they have to say. But I think the first step is just awareness. Like I think gamers may overlook these things.
Yeah. Especially if
Gamers
you're
get a
just
bad
getting
rap
into it.
as eating unhealthy and having a lot of snacks or whatever. And maybe you're out there and you're wondering why you're hard stuck on gold and you can't get to platinum in Rocket League. Maybe be aware of the health aspects and you'll level up. So
there you go. And I was thinking of our league guys. They have a I want to say in-house trainer, and he takes them to the gym, and he is swoller than swole, as the kids would say. The kids probably don't use that saying anymore, but he's got muscles on muscles, and he takes them to the gym and they do workouts, and he doesn't go hard on them, but they just chill and maybe lift weights, go for a run and eat well. And I just absolutely love that they have that within the house, because it's so easy to fall into, bad habits, and they're taking care of themselves. And I love that.
That's great. That's good. Yeah. Bring me back a strawberry banana smoothie, Tim. I would like one too.
Yeah. He will put it in some freeze dried, dry ice, pop it in a box for you, or you can just make one. We'll just bring you the recipe. But other than that, Joel, thank you so much. I appreciate it. I know you're a busy guy. And we'll keep you posted. Everything happening with Channel 3, their fun partnerships. You gotta do like a 1-year celebration. Have you done anything yet?
Well, we have a new season coming out April 1st.
Awesome.
And that will be our 4th season. So their seasons are 3 months long. So that'll be the last one of our first year. And that one launches on April 1st. which happens to be my birthday.
Happy birthday!
Thank you. That'll be a celebration of its own.
Oh, we
So
love it.
Yeah, I'm an all-out sprint to get ready for that, and then the actual 1-year anniversary will be on July 1st. So for sure.
Awesome. Keep us in the loop.
Yeah.
I'd love to celebrate you guys.
Thank you.
All right, guys, that's it. We will be back next week with much more. Joel Willis, our first guest on our Revamp podcast, and I'm loving this already. This is great. This is good stuff.
Thanks for having me.